viewers, welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories. We start with Oriol Romeu, as it has been reported that Barcelona could sign a Busquets replacement for the range of 5 to 6 million euros according to a new report. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Arda Guler, as it has been reported that the 17.5 million euro midfielder, of course linked to Barca and Real currently, will share his decision on his future on Tuesday next week. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right out to the very end. After months of deliberation, it appears FC Barcelona have finally decided on their ideal replacement for Sergio Busquets. The veteran midfielder has joined Inter Miami this summer, leaving a gaping hole in the Barcelona midfield. In order to replace the Spaniard, Barca have been linked with many top-quality midfielders, including Joshua Kimmich, Martin Zubimendi, and Ruben Neves. But according to AS, Barcelona have identified Oriol Romeu as the ideal replacement for Busquets. They are ready to sign the former Southampton star as a short-term solution in the number 6 role. The report suggests Girona would offload Romeu for a figure of around 5 to 6 million euro this summer, providing the negotiations speed up in the coming days. Barcelona are in a position to afford such a figure. The club initially wanted stars such as Kimmich or Zubimendi, but both operations exceeded 60 million euros. As such, Barcelona have identified Romeu as an ideal cost-effective alternative. As AS suggests, Romeu wants the two parties to speed up the negotiations as he wants to get back to Camp Nou as soon as possible. The player was trained in the famed La Masia youth setup in Barca and is quite familiar with the club's style of play. Barcelona are looking to lower the cost of this operation by offering players in return. One player that they could offer to Girona is Estanis Pedrola, who is among the most talented attacking players to come out of the youth academy in recent years at Barcelona. Girona, though, are uninterested in accepting players as part of the deal and will negotiate a deal for Pedrola separately as they are interested in him. All things considered, we can expect the negotiations to advance for Romeu in the coming days, and a transfer could be completed before pre-season begins. Of course, Oriol Romeu still strongly linked to Barcelona, and after reports claiming how Girona were not happy at all with the way Barca are going about their business, just disrespecting the club by talking about their players anyhow, they say Barca must pay the 10 million. But this new report now is claiming that Girona are open for an offer between 5 to 6 million euros for Oriol Romeu, as Barca continue to monitor the player so keenly. Xavi sees him as the ideal candidate to replace Busquets, who have finally departed Barca to Inter Miami. Of course, Oriol Romeu himself, being a La Masia player, former La Masia player, at least coming to Barca, he knows the club somehow to an extent. He has played there for a long time as a child. Then he also appeared on 2 occasions for the senior team, but he did not last for long and he left to England. Started his career at Chelsea before going to Southampton, playing for much of his career there. So Xavi sees him as the experienced player that he wished to add to his team, and that's why he prefers him over Nico Gonzalez, who is now available after his loan stint at Valencia. Xavi prefers an experienced Oriol Romeu, despite many calling in the Barca dressing room that he should also at least give a chance to Nico. But Xavi does not see it as a possibility as things stand. So we know Barca have been linked with quite a handful of players in that midfield position since Busquets left, starting with Kimmich, Zubimendi. I think those were the 2 top choices for Barca, who were still players who are still energetic, still young. But unfortunately, Barca failed to land them. All boils down to financial reasons. And as if it wasn't enough, their third choice now was players like Sofia Amrabat, you know, Marcelo Brozovic also came into the picture. What happened? Nothing happened. Barca couldn't get the deal done because of financial constraints. And of course, Xavi now went to the fifth choice, Oriol Romeu, as Xavi is hell-bent not to lose out on another deal yet again, because it's going to be like we are a laughing stock. Anytime we show interest, it's guaranteed that we'll lose that player. But I think Barca don't want to let their hands off this guy, Oriol Romeu, as Xavi is still pushing for Barca to sign him no matter what. The player, according to new report, is so anxious, so happy about Barca's interest, and they are saying that he can't wait for Barca to make their formal offer. Barca are still to make that offer, but if actually this report is to be believed, the range of 5 to 6 million is very affordable by Barca. Even if they are the most poorest club in the world, I think they can afford such an amount. So let's see how the coming weeks will look like, as Barca want to hurriedly do things fast in the transfer, sell and buy new players, as well as register them. Then moving on to the final story of discussion. Arda Guler is the talk of the town currently, with several top clubs across Europe gunning for his signing this summer. But it appears that the war is boiling down between two clubs, that is Barcelona and Real Madrid. Barcelona have already made their move for Guler, with Deco flying to Turkey to hold talks with his club Fenerbahce, as well as the players come to make a formal proposal to secure his signing. However, Real Madrid are not going down without a fight, and they are reported to be planning an offer of their own, while there has been interest from AC Milan as well. Reports have suggested that the 18-year-old prefers to transfer to La Liga at this point. Now, according to reports in Turkey, as relayed by Mundo Deportivo, Gola is set to meet with Fenerbahce manager Ismail Kotal and president Ali Koch on Monday to decide his future. A day later, that is on Tuesday, the attacking midfielder will inform the interested parties, Barca and Real, of his decision. Gola has a release clause worth 17.5 million euros in his contract. Barcelona cannot pay the entire fee right away, and they are first planning to make the payments over installments while also delaying the Wonderkid's arrival until 2024. Such a move could appeal to Fenerbahce as well, and while it had previously been reluctant to continue in Turkey for one more season, the teenage Wonderkid is now reconsidering his stance, and tomorrow's meeting with the club president and manager could further convince him to stay at Fenerbahce for one more season. At this point, Barca are understood to be leading the chase for Guler's signing, and they are hoping to close the deal early next week, and we'll be waiting eagerly for the youngster's decision on Tuesday. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.